Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Danae's Art Room. I'm Danae. I'm coming to you with a really fun project today. In honor of our kind of spooky Halloween week this week in the United States, I am making a little mini book, and I am making a smaller mini book, like a mini book than I have made in the past. And if you stay tuned to the end, I have a little extra uh surprise, I guess, for lack of a better word. um Stick around to the end and you'll get a little extra scene. So I'm just starting. I want it to be really messy on this page. I'm using colors that I think are dark and kind of moody. I'm using black, which I've mixed myself, so it has lots of different black and different colors in it. I'm using indigo. I'm using a dioxazine purple. I'm using caput mortem, and I think a gray. It looks like I used maybe like a metallic gray as well. And I just kind of want to keep the background really loose and maybe a little bit frenzied. Oh, I also used some copper here in a little bit as well. And I'm using a variety of tools to add the paint so that all of the marks that I create are different as well. So I've used some paint brushes. This is a silicone brush called a color scraper or color shaper. Here's the copper. Doesn't that look amazing on all that dark color? Oh my gosh, I just love that copper. The way it looks it almost looks like it's glowing. Yeah, it's beautiful. So I ended up going really crazy with the copper because I love it so much. And then you're gonna see I'm gonna walk it back. I'm gonna tone it down a little bit so that it's not just copper. So here I come in with some other colors. And because I'm not really waiting, I've sped the video up, but I'm also painting really fast. I'm just, not thinking, and I'm just trying to get the paint down. I'm trying to keep the strokes so that they look different and they cover each other in random ways. I want the background, because this is my background. I want it to look a little bit wild and chaotic. So I'm keeping my movements a little bit wild and chaotic. And you can see over time I build up those layers so that the copper gets pushed into the background. And that dioxazine purple is just gorgeous. Oh my gosh. This is a stencil I've had for a while. It's from a company called Eco Park Paper. I'm going to list in the description. There's two stencils that I use in this project, and I'll list both of them in the description. So if you want to look them up, some information to find them will be down in the box below. And I picked it because it's kind of a fine stencil, and I like the swirliness of it. It's actually meant to be water, but it could represent sort of mist or smoke or just, kind of an interesting background. So I let it all dry, and here I'm going to fold the book. So you fold it in half, and you fold it in half again, and then you fold it into fourths. So that's in half one way, this is in half the other way. And what's fun about the folding process is I'm never quite sure what is going to be on each individual page of the book until I've folded it. In this case, this is a background, and so it doesn't matter too much. It'll all look very similar. I have a very specific idea for this book, and I wanted the background pages to be backgrounds in this case. Sometimes when I've made these books, I've really tried to make each page interesting to look at, but this is going to be just background. I'm going to cut the center. This is how the book is folded. And you just squish it all together and you push the pages down. Normally I would kind of search through and see which page I like best for a cover, but because they're all very similar, it won't matter. And here I've just sped this up because all I'm doing is gluing absolutely everything in the background, and I'm pressing it all down so that it stays stuck. And then I am going to fold it into the book shape. So now I have my front cover, I have my pages, and I'm going to trim the edges. While that glue is wet, the edges are very soft. So you can let all the pages dry, let that glue dry completely before you do this. But I was in a hurry to press on. So peeling away those pages, this is the book. I am going to let it dry sitting this way before I add anything to the pages themselves. But before I do that, I'm going to outline each of the edges with this copper marker, paint marker, so that it just takes away the white. This is just an extra little step I enjoy doing because I think it's more fun to look at copper edges than white edges. So after I do this, I am going to let it sit and dry before I move on. But it's edited, so it looks like I move on right away. So I've let it dry, and this is a stencil from Joggles called Flora and Flow. And this paint is a pearl white, so it's got a shimmer to it. And you guys, look at this. Do you see what I see? They're ghosts. Do you see? They're little ghosts. Do you see it? Oh my gosh. It's so adorable. It's so, oh, you guys, I had so much fun with this idea. And here I've made some little ghosty eyes. I mean, it couldn't be any easier. Look how adorable they are. Oh my gosh. It's so cute. So I don't show you, but I make all the pages the same way. And here are all my little ghosts. And it's so cute. And I decided I'm going to just put some little collage sayings in them. And I could not be happier. And here's the little like extra at the end. My daughter saw the book that I made and she asked me to make one so that she could give to a friend for Halloween. So this is the book I've made for her, and I kind of like the way I've spaced out the ghosts better on this book than on my first one. But you know, the first time you do something, generally you do it better the second time. So here's my daughter's book for her friend. And I had so much fun sharing this with you guys. I hope you have a great October. I can't believe it's almost November. Please subscribe if you enjoy this content, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!